Constructed in 1915, Old City Hall is one of downtown Tampa's oldest buildings, built during a time when Tampa was growing exponentially. Commercial businesses and the cigar industry were thriving in West Tampa and Ybor City. Tampa was growing from a village into a city, says Historic Preservation Manager Dennis Fernandez.
The city needed a new city hall to really show that it was an up-and-coming city and to demonstrate that it had a bright future in the state of Florida.
When Tampa socialite Hortense Oppenheimer Ford found out there was not enough funds in the city coffers for a clock in the tower, she organized a fundraising effort.
She organized a group called He Town Criers, and they organized different types of entertainment events, and were able to raise about $1,200 to incorporate the clock. And she felt that was very significant because she had traveled extensively and seen other cities that had clocks in their municipal buildings. The $1,200 didn't quite cover the entire cost of the clock, but a local jeweler pitched in the rest, and they were able to raise the funds for this beautiful Seth Thomas clock that's currently being restored.
The iconic clock tower is undergoing some renovations, including replacing the copper dome roof. The clock, known affectionately as Hortense the Beautiful, will also get a touch-up.
This is a great project to demonstrate the city's stewardship of our historical assets. We're doing some critical updates to systems, that will protect the structure from the elements that will again give it life for hopefully another 100 years.
City Hall is just one of 550 structures that the Department of Public Works Facility Management Division maintains.
That's roughly 5.5 to almost 6 million square feet of floor space that our facility management team is responsible for, and they do a fantastic job.
6 levels of scaffolding was installed around the clock.
Our current elevation right now is about 160 feet. The scaffolding is roughly about 60 feet from the bottom of the scaffold to the top where we're standing right now.
Crews replaced the clock tower's copper roof, which had surpassed its lifespan.
We used historic photographs to come up with the details on that. We relied on the Burgett Brothers photographs, high-resolution copies of those to zoom in, be able to replicate the details because the original plans don't exist for this building.
But this is not your ordinary renovation job.
Because you just can't go and get any of these materials over at the Home Depot or any lumber yard, and also the workmen that do the work on this type of structure.
Manny Cavacles is president of CMK Construction, the firm contracted to complete the work.
What's being done is we're replacing the copper dome roof. We're also doing some repairs on the structural lintels that are around the clock tower, along with also replacing the glass that was behind the face of the clock on all 4 sides. And we're also coating the masonry surfaces of the clock tower and also some copper.
When this building was constructed, it was done so in its current appearance because the people of Tampa realized that they needed a monument, an iconic building to inspire the residents in the city, the leaders of the city throughout the decades. So when you get an opportunity to work on a building like this, it's really a privilege. There's been just a handful of people over the decades that have been up and been face-to-face with Hortense, gone up to the mansard coppered roof or been able to rest their hand on the columns that border the clock face. We're really using the best materials, the best skilled labor, so that this is able to represent the city of Tampa for another 100 years.
Here's to another 100 years. For Spotlight Tampa, I'm Mark Flynn.